Okay, let's get to top story now. Former Government Communication and Information Systems head Themba Maseko is expected to reveal further crucial evidence at the State Capture inquiry today. He revealed details of his meeting with Ajay Gupta in 2010 when he took to the witness stand yesterday. Now, for more on what we can expect today, we cross live to our senior reporter, political reporter Mzwandile Mbeje, who is at the Commission Parktown. Mzwai, thank you very much indeed for your time. Yesterday, we left off saying that they're resuming at 9 o'clock or 9:30 today. Everything set for that?
Everything is set for that. I'm sure you can see behind me. I'll just step out of the shot a bit so that you can see already the legal teams are gathering. I can see Mike Helens, who is representing the Guptas, and of course earlier I saw Moses Kakane, who is representing former President Jacob Zuma. So the legal team of the commission, led by today Vincent Maleka, who is leading the evidence, is also there. They're just preparing the stuff. So you can see that it's all set to go, Blaine. We expect the leading of the evidence to continue, and there was a number of things that Themba Maseko said yesterday, particularly accusing the Gupta brothers, rather Ajay Gupta, of bullying, and of course the manner in which he was doing things, demanding things, which he, in his view, was completely unlawful. So today, I think what many people expect, Blaine, is that he is likely to talk about that phone call which he claimed he received from former President Jacob Zuma when he said he needed to assist the Guptas. Remember, he had already set up the meeting with the Guptas to discuss a project. So that project which he says, so he wasn't sure what it was, but of course it would transpire in later years that it had to do with a number of business ventures, particularly the establishment of their newspaper, or rather their media house, New Age and ANN7.
In terms of inconsistencies, Mzwai, anything stood out for you?
Though there were not a lot from Themba Maseko, but there was perhaps the one that was quite obvious. He spoke about the call that he received from Ajay Gupta around September, October 2010. But when he presented then his evidence, talking about the meeting, and then he mentioned the date of May. It's at that point where even the judge and the evidence leader questioned him as to what was happening with the dates, because from what he had said, he spoke about September, October as part of the call that was preparing for that meeting. But when he speaks about the meeting, he speaks about the meeting on for May, still 2010. So there was a bit of inconsistency there. But perhaps what he said is that this has been a long time, and then he had not been able to access his diaries from the GCIS. In fact, he even went as far as to say he is happy that the acting chief of the GCIS will also have an opportunity to testify, because that could then allow him to be able to access his diaries so that he could then correct this issue of dates. In terms of the inconsistency, that is what was pointed out yesterday.
Yeah. And so besides the people, you know, the legal teams as well as journalists that have gathered at the commission, who else attends these commission hearings?
Blaine, this commission is open to the members of the public, though not a number of people, let's say ordinary people, do attend. But we do see those interested parties. We have seen some of the NGOs, for example, Outer has been here almost every day. In the past few days, we even saw someone like Dr. Masekos attending. Yesterday, there was also the former spokesperson of the ANC, Zizigotwa, who is now the NEC member of the ANC. He also was here. We also saw some people from COPE. Dennis Bloom has been here throughout. So there does come a number of people who are really interested in what is happening here. But insofar as perhaps the public participation in terms of attendance is not that high. But yes, everyone from the social media, from the commentary, you can see that they are really glued at what is happening here.
So in terms of today's proceedings, is it just going to be Themba Maseko, or can we expect other witnesses?
At this stage, it appears it will only be Themba Maseko. You know, these testimonies tend to take longer than initially planned. If we go back to the issue of Fakimento, she was only meant to be at the witness stand only for 1 day, Blaine, but it ended up taking 3 days. I mean, I was even speaking to Themba Maseko, I think during lunch yesterday. He was saying, you know what, he had hoped that he was going to do just 1 day yesterday, but because of the issues that arise and certain clarifications that they need, so it ends up really, really dragging. So I don't think there will be any other witness today. I think Themba Maseko will probably take the whole day. The evidence leaders will probe whatever they want to probe, and of course, in the process, the judge seeking certain clarifications, and that on its own really does take a lot of time. And I think after the end of the cross-examination, we will hear from the judge and from the legal team of the commission in terms of the plan to cross-examine, or rather the application. Remember, all those who are implicated and want to have their side of the story stated, they must apply. And at the beginning of the week, the judge had indicated that he was going to make the decision on Friday, which is tomorrow. So it will be very curious to see at the end of this evidence today, so what the judge is going to say with regards to those who are interested in cross-examining people who have been taking the witness stand.
Mzwai, what are people saying in terms of their impressions of the Deputy Chief Justice, in terms of how he's handling witnesses and the legal team? What's the sentiment?
The sense you get, and perhaps the few interactions that you do have with the people here, he appears to be a very patient man, and a man who really pays attention to detail, because he would even perhaps assist the evidence leaders if he feels there's something that they've omitted, and he would take the witness on the stand and try to make the witness understand exactly the nature of the question posed to him or her. So he does appear, and I think it's been an acknowledgement from everyone that he appears to be a very patient man, because he appears to want to give people and to make people feel as comfortable as possible, because without this process getting really a fair and an open and a transparent hearing, so there may be issues that people could raise. And I think he is very much aware that everyone is watching this commission. They want to see how it's being conducted, and they're looking at his demeanor, the kind of questioning, the fairness, and all of those things. And I think the judge is very much aware of this. And that's why he keeps on saying to all South Africans, those who may know a thing or two about the issues around state capture should come forward. So, yeah, at this stage, he does appear really to be a very patient man,
yeah,
a very fair man. But you know what? We'll see at the end when all this process has been concluded.
Yeah, we'll see indeed. Another thing about him, he does keep to time. So we'll catch up with you about 9:30. Mzwandile Mbeje live for us in Parktown, Johannesburg. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Des.